So how did your mother make the noodles?
Noodles that Mom made.
My mother had a long red round pole like this. She called it stonatura. What the hell does that translate to? Stonatura.
Stick.
So she rolled her. First, she mixed the spaghetti. Then she flattened it out and got it thin enough to get it around this rolling pin, we'll call it. And she rolled it till it was this thin. Then she would very gently slide that thing out and take her darling little knife and go, and really fast.
Yeah.
And cut it into macaroni. And
She
could
let it
dump the macaroni right in the water, or she could put it away or leave it there. It didn't matter.
What else did she make?
What else did she make?
We used to help her with gnocchi.
Well, when you're talking about making things with dough, gnocchi and ravioli.
Ravioli, she
in
made
the
good
same-
ravioli. We helped her with that, good ravioli.
Yeah.
What
They're
did
all
you
in
do?
the same family.
Well, she'd lay out the dough and we put the filler in and turn it over and then sort of press down
Yeah,
the
she
sides.
pressed the dough out and she made the filler. All we had to do was put the filler in and turn it over and fork it. Remember? With the fork?
Yeah. And then the chicoria was funny. Pop would go out and come back with a bag full of dandelions. The bigger they were, the worse they tasted. But when they were young, they were pretty good.
Did he just make a salad or did he cook them?
No, he
Just
went
make a
out.
salad, that's all.
He just found.
Sometimes
never
you'd get
cooked.
the sand with it.
The only thing
Remember
my
the sand,
father-
Lucille?
Huh?
You get sand with it sometimes. The chicoria.
No, but the one thing that he used to cook, and it was very funny, but the day that John Kennedy
Yeah.
died or whatever, he gets something and calls all his daughters over and cooked because of John Kennedy. He did that.
It's her.
Do you remember what he made?
Yeah, he did the chicken gizzards. That's all he ever cooked. Chicken gizzards and
Yeah, I never ate
and
them.
livers. He mixed them together.
I never ate them, but
He
made
cooked them
especially
every
well.
Sunday and get on the phone. He'd say, call Angeline, call her, call. And I called them. I said, Pop's got chicken livers. You want to come over? And they, most of the time they came.
And he used to have a meat grinder in the basement
Yeah.
and made sausage that
Oh,
way.
I helped him to make sausage.
Yeah.
A lot.
I put the
He made it for Christmas Eve all the time.
yeah, used to put casing on and, you know, send out the meat and put a string around it.
But the cutest thing my mother ever did, she would cook veal cutlet, which was really expensive meat. And I'd get home from work and she'd say, here's your dinner. And I'd say, only one piece. I said, well, that's for me. What are you going to feed your Pop? She says, oh, he doesn't care what he eats. And she takes him a bowl of leftover bread and pour some kind of
Minestrone.
stuff in it and call it minestrone.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Oh,
God, it was awful.
he ate it?
Huh?
He ate anything she put
He
on
ate it, yeah, and we ate it sometimes. God, I hated it. But her spaghetti dishes were very good.
She made good ravioli. She made good gnocchi.
Good gnocchi and good ravioli, yeah.
And
good
but her
noodles.
thin spaghetti was better than what you buy in a.
And then she took the noodles, I think, of the kind of soup.
Lucille, what did you say a Sunday dinner was like at the house?
It was like a feast. It was like 5 courses. She always made chicken noodle soup.
And remember Frank Zappa?
Then she
His
would.
brother, Cicero Zappa?
Hang
Yeah.
on.
He used to come to the house all the time and eat Sunday dinner with us.
Mrs. Zappa came to Mommy's house almost every day
I
during
know.
the war for lunch.
Yeah.
I don't know whether she was poor, whether she just came to see
Well, they were
Mommy
the
or
only,
what.
it was the Panzarellas, Mrs. Zappa, and Mom.
Yeah,
The
but
only 3
Mrs.
Italian
Zappa was there
families.
almost every day. I can see her walking up the road right now.
And Mrs. Panzarella, she wore the 1920s cloche hat and a ratty fur coat into the 40s. She was still dressing 1920.
Well, after the chicken soup, then she had some kind of macaroni. Maybe with meatballs. Then she had some kind of meat put on the table. But she did this like in 4 or 5 courses.
Yeah, she did.
This was Sunday dinner every week. Okay, what else?
One course
Never
at a
had
time.
Did we have much
Yeah.
fruit, though?
Soup. She
Fruit. Like apples, oranges, and
Oh, fruit. Oh, yeah.
we had.
She bought a lot of fruit.
I know if I used to serve the Enterprise. Remember the Enterprise? The Browns had it. Used to serve that, and I got a quarter for delivering them to serving them on Friday afternoon. And she'd take the quarter from me and give me an orange. But she, needed help, or
Did
she
she
got it.
ever, Louie, did she ever send you up to the store to get a loaf of bread?
Oh, day-old bread, yeah.
Or a quarter pound of butter?
Of course, Phil talks about that.
Julie, when my mother had butter, and butter was hard to get. This was long before the war, I'm sure. The war you were in. You know how you get little teeny slices of butter from a quarter pound of butter. You slice it. She'd slice the butter that way.
It's like
And
you
you
get
better
up
not
to
take more than 2 pieces.
If they sold them away last night at the Italian club, she'd have bought them then. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
now
would
they
do-
wrap it in little papers.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
And a manicotti, she did that too. Good manicotti.
My mother said she made polenta. Did she
say-
make polenta?
Oh, she made polenta,
Yeah.
but it was not something that I ate.
You didn't eat it.
Did anybody else in the family eat it?
Julie, you know how she made polenta? She made polenta, and then she
Today it's especially now.
pour it out on the cutting board,
A
which
big
is a
cutting
big
board,
board, with like a little gutter around, so that when she put the sauce on, the sauce would not go over the board. Would just hit the middle part of the polenta.
I never ate it, but everybody else
I
ate it.
did. It was.
Then how did you serve the
Today it's
polenta?
especially.
You just took it with a spoon and put it in your plate.
And today it's especially at restaurants, or was. I think it still is, polenta.
I worked with a girl who was, I don't know what she was, Irish or what, and she said, "Do you make polenta?" I said, "No, but my mother did," and I explained. She loved it. She said, "Oh, I love polenta." You can buy rolls of polenta in a store, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, polenta, spaghetti, ravioli, gnocchi. She made all those things.
But the amazing thing she did, when I'd take her to the market, where I didn't always take her, I mean, this is when I had a car.
She'd go down to the Hill and Street Market.
She would start at the Bel Air, the Lexington Market, not Lexington, Bel Air Street Market.
Yeah, Boulanger Street
She would
Market.
start at the beginning and price things in her head, looking at all of it, go all the way down to the end, turn around, come back, and then started to pick up what she wanted.
And they used to sell little bags of crumbs. Did you ever get them? We used to get that, little bags of crumbs there at the market. Enjoyed them.
What did she make for breakfast?
Nothing. We had bread, butter, and coffee.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
didn't
all we ever had.
I don't remember.
I didn't know any dry cereal, any wet cereal in my life
Yes, you did.
until I went into the Army. It was all new to me. No pancakes. Never made
Julie,
pancakes.
there was a German lady who lived on the corner. Mrs. Sherman. And every once in a while, Mrs. Sherman told my mother how to make something. And one of them was oatmeal. And she came over one day to make oatmeal for Louie and Henry and me. And they took a taste of it and they went, ah!
Remember
Never ate it after
Remember
that.
Harry introduced hominy to us?
And Harry did his hominy. It
Oh,
was the
God.
same thing. We all
And
tasted
we
his
thought,
hominy and thought, ah, ah.
Yeah.
How was your mother's coffee?
Coffee, weak.
We all made our own coffee.
Yeah, we sort of made our own.
Did she make any sweets?
Oh, yeah, she made a lot of cookies and things. Italian type cookies.
She used to send them to me when I was in the Army. They were hard cookies. White, hard cookies. Or cream colored. What were they called?
There was a little round cookie that looked like a marble. Do you remember
Well,
that?
this was bigger. See, it was the size of a golf ball, bigger
Well,
than that.
no, she made them smaller too, because I can remember one time you and me and Henry taking some of these and playing with them like they were marbles
Oh, really?
down in the basement.
Well, she sent the big ones to me when I was in the Army. And they were good. But she wasn't much on pastry.
She wasn't what you would call a gourmet cook, but what she made very
She
well.
made very well, yeah.
Yeah.
Did she make bread?
Oh, yeah. But it was a day later, it was like rock.
Oh yeah, her bread was delicious. But the
It was
next
good, but
day
you had to
it
eat it
was
right
a
away.
rock.
It was
The
delicious.
next day it was a rock.
If you waited, it was too hard.
What other kind of meats did she cook?
Meats,
Yeah.
Veal
mostly veal and roast
and chicken.
and chicken.
No lamb or pork or beef or...
No lamb
I don't remember
and
lamb.
no pork, no.
Did she cook fish?
Fish.
Yeah, there was I never can remember this, but there was a certain kind of fish that she used to cook.
Bacala.
and
was
then
dry
and then dump in a big pot of oil or something.
Yeah, bacala.
Clara loved them.
Well, bacala was dried
Well,
fish,
she
wasn't
would
it?
come home Christmas Eve. My mother had all these things cooked just for Clara.
Mm-hmm.
This fish thing that she cooked, dumped in the oil or whatever, came. It was like I can't remember the name of the fish.
Was it bacalao?
It could have been.
So she had to soak it in water first?
Yeah, I think.
Julie, one of your father's jokes was a movie starring Humphrey Bojol and Laurent Bacala. Remember that?
What was
No.
that?
Humphrey Bojol and Laurent Bacala. He had a couple of funny jokes. Your father did. He really did. That
He
was one
was
funny.
funny, yes. Yes, he was.
He also told that joke about Washington crossing the Delaware, and the Indian sees him coming and says, he hears Washington say, "Found Casa de Fredo," and thinks it's cold as shit. And the Indian says, "Pur tu Italiano, Giorgio," meaning, "You're Italian too, George." Now, most Italians don't get that today, but my generation of Italian gets it. Because you went around saying, "Oh, you're Italian," like it was something special. And it was. But, you know,
What was the joke? I don't get it.
he'd say, the Indian said, well, George Washington says, "Found Casa de Fredo," and the Indian says, "Pur tu Italiano, Giorgio." You're Italian too, George. Don't you get it? She doesn't get it. That's your father's joke. It's another one.
That's a good one.
I thought it was very good.
Her father taught me how to bet at the races.
He did?
Oh yeah. Well, he and I went. Phil didn't like the horse racing. She said, "Would you go with Alice?" I said, "Sure, I'll go with him." We went a couple of times, and instead of not on Preakness Day, that's impossible. But instead of going in the first section, which people just stand around and make bets, we went up at what they called the Palace, or the Cow Palace. You went up. There was a bar outside in the room there. If you wanted food, you ordered it, but then you had to go back to the bar to pick it up. And then you went into the room where they had arena type seats. And we sat in there and made our bets there. And he taught me how to bet. I mean, he taught me how to, he said, "Don't play a horse to show." He said, "You don't win any money on that, and don't play it, play it to win." Then he said, "Of course, if you're smart, you'll play it across the board." And I said, "What does that mean?" It's you play it win, place, or show. You play the same horse, and if the horse wins in any position, you get some money.
Your phone is ringing.
Hmm?
Your phone is ringing.
That's all right. Okay, I don't know who that is.
I think the one of Humphrey Bojol and Laurent Bacala was a funny joke. They came from Brooklyn, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you can hear it coming from Brooklyn.
How so?
Well, because that would be Italian American humor. Humphrey Bogart and Laurent Bacall.
But why Brooklyn and not anywhere else?
Oh, braciole and bacala, they're both Italian terms.
But I mean, there were Italian Americans here also.
Yeah, but that sounds very Brooklyn, doesn't sound. No. They weren't that clever here.
Right.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. I
I like
frequently
it.
repeat it.
I never heard it.
No?
No, I never heard
There
it.
you are.
No.
You never heard the one
I
about
don't know who
Pure
was there,
Tusi Italiano,
nobody there.
Georgia?
No.
You ever told you that?
No.
Well, I don't think your your generation you can, but most Italian Americans who are, you know, well along wouldn't understand it.
Right.
Wouldn't get the humor.
Right.
I don't know who was there. Nobody there. Well, you know, another thing my father used to do
Lucille, sit here.
on voting day.
Sit
What?
here.
Called up all his daughters. He didn't call you, did he?
Sit.
No, he never called me.
I don't care who you vote for, but go out and vote.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, and he'd call Ann, and Ann especially, she'd laugh her head off. He'd say, I don't care who you vote for, but go vote. And he'd call back a half hour later, did you go vote? It's funny.
We were violently democratic, all of us were. I don't know about, did Danny stay democratic?
I think Danny did.
I know
Harry
Ian,
did.
Ian and Joe and Harry
And
and
Bud,
Clara.
my God, Bud adored
Oh, he
Kennedy.
was violently democratic.
Jeez.
Bud was, yeah.
And Roosevelt, he called him. Roosevelt.
Rosenfeld, they tried to Jewicize it.
Jewicize him?
Yeah.
Huh.
May I sit in here?
Sure.
Come on, Mary, join us.
Oh, don't feel slighted. I mean, you pay half the rent, and all
We
the
were
Well, that's
food.
beside the point. I don't know what you're talking about, or
We're trying.
whether
Julie's kind of
whether
just.
it's
We're just chatting.
private or
We're just
We're
chatting
just chatting.
about you.
dull.
Oh, you want to hear a funny story about Mary and my father?
Yeah.
She'd come up to my house, especially on a Sunday, and he'd have the page open with the debutantes who were all had their
Brides.
bridal pictures in.
Yeah.
You know, years ago they used to print engagement
Page
pictures,
one,
but mostly
page
they were
two.
society girls.
And page 3 was trash brides.
And he'd say, "What's the matter with you? Why isn't your picture
He's
there?"
screaming at me. What's the matter with you?
Yeah. Did he know the difference? I guess I did.
Huh?
Did he know the difference? Difference in pages?
He lived on the society page. That's all he looked at, hardly.
Because
Mm,
Connie got pissed at me because I submitted young Connie's picture and they ran it but on the second page, not the very first. And she never forgave me for it. Well,
Who?
not Connie.
Well, she didn't know.
I had nothing to do with it. I mean, I had no control over the pages. And
As
the
far as
second,
I know, was Connie. Judy had her picture in the paper too.
I had Judy's
For
picture
her
put in
first
too. Yeah, her
person
first
she
one.
was engaged
Not her
to.
second.
She was only married once. She didn't marry the first guy.
Well, she was engaged to the first
She
guy.
was
that married.
engaged. And Wesley, her picture was in, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't remember hers.
And Nancy, you're Nancy.
Oh, my Nancy had a big picture on the second page.
But never the
They don't
first.
even have that
Oh, no,
anymore.
the first was society.
There is no more society section.
Reg Murphy cut that all out. I think it's just as well it did because it's very, you know, antiquated attitudes. And Baltimore, maybe Maryland was like worshipped its wealthy people, all its debutantes that were treated like goddesses. Today, the Cobina Wright Jr. and Brenda Fraser, and the society page was a big page then. It just he cut
Whatever
it all
happened to
out.
Brenda Fraser?
She married Shipwreck Kelly, and she had trouble with her legs, and she died fairly early.
But she was one of the biggest society models around.
She and
Beautiful girl.
Cobina Wright Jr. and Bob Hope used to make fun of them.
Yeah.
They called them the Cobina and Brenda, and two gals who spoke with real Brooklyn accents were Cobina and Jr. and Brenda.
Any more memories of your mother's cooking?
My mother's cooking.
She had a lot of grapes. We
Right.
ate a lot of grapes, didn't we?
Oh yeah. Oh, she liked fruit.
Yeah.
She had a lot of fruit.
Well, Pop was baking his wine in his basement, the cantina he down there. He had big barrels in there and a wine press, which Danny later took. After Mom and Pop died, Danny took the grape press, and some guy who lives in Rogers Fort says to me, I know what happened to your father's press. And I said, what? He said, the man next door has it. Your brother sold it to him. So we didn't know that he'd taken it, but he did. But listen, Danny did a lot to keep the family alive. During the Depression, he and Ann kept the family going. So I could never begrudge him anything that he did. And he took the wine press and some pictures he took out of the dining room.
The
Remember
what?
the 2 pictures in the dining room?
Oh, yeah.
I think he took those. He took the rocker.
Oh, yeah.
He took a lot of things, but I think he was entitled to them. He kept the family alive.
But we went through a couple of bad. One year I can remember when Ann was the only one in the family working.
Yeah, she made $12 a week. And Danny had a shoe shop.
And another year was only Danny who was working.
Yeah.
But when Ann was the only one working, she bought everybody a Christmas
She did.
present.
She bought gifts for all of us.
She really did.
At
Good-hearted
Christmas.
soul.
And Ann was an excellent cook. She made damn good gnocchi.
She did.
She and Connie made good. Well, Phil was a good
Joe
cook
was a
too.
good cook.
Phil was a very good cook. They all were.
Okay, I think that's it. That's enough for
You've
now.
had enough?